Hi, this is Rick Hope of Washington Financial Group coming to you from the WFG remote studios here in Ellicott City, Maryland. In today's podcast, we're going to talk about how to be careful with your thinking when it comes to your retirement savings during this healthcare pandemic. Now, you'd probably say to yourself, or to me if we were speaking to each other, what does the healthcare pandemic have to do with my retirement savings? Well, as it turns out, a few things are going on that may affect your decision making concerning your retirement savings. I think anytime we have a significant event in our lives, and COVID-19 has certainly been one of them, we become upset emotionally, and it may come as no surprise that our emotions are often overcome our rational thinking. A short time ago, I was listening to a survey that was done with retirement plan participants, and 55% of those who were surveyed said they were considering reducing their retirement plan contributions because of the pandemic. From February 19th, which was the height of the stock market, the S&P 500, to March 26, which were the lows on the S&P 500, we saw a decline of 34% in just 37 days. Pretty dramatic. And that's when this survey was conducted. Now, through May 25th, the market is down less than 8%. That's an increase in the market of roughly 26% less than 2 months later. Behavioral finance theory tells us we're more concerned about our investments when they are going down than when they are going up. This happens to all of us in our thinking. We get emotionally upset when things don't go the way we want them to. I would encourage you to stay the course with your investment during times of market decline. As it turns out, historically, you are generally rewarded for staying the course. With the passage of the CARES Act, one of the provisions is for retirement plan participants to withdraw money from their retirement plan without penalty and a grace period to pay taxes on the distribution up to $100,000. You could also take a loan from your plan up to $100,000, again with relaxed requirements. An ad has been running on TV telling people that with these relaxed provisions, you can now take $100,000 and put it in a real estate investment with potentially great returns. I want to remind our listeners to be very careful when removing money from their retirement savings to invest in something else. These ads remind me of the ones that would encourage people to take home equity loans and invest in something else. Generally, neither of these are good ideas. In both cases, either the loans must be paid back or taxes must be paid eventually on the distributions. I'll wrap up with this story. Last night, which was Friday night, I was on my deck grilling some dinner. This is one of my favorite things to do, and it's really calming for me. It was about 6:15 and I got a call. The person calling me started to tell me about an investment opportunity. He knew my name, and he stated the name of his company. When I asked him to repeat the name of the company, he went right into a sales pitch. Well, in my business, I get calls all the time with somebody telling me about an investment. I thought this was one of those calls. It was a little odd that the person was calling me after business hours, but as he started to explain his product and his 20% return, I realized he was pitching me on something for me to buy and not something for me to present to my clients. I started to ask him some very basic investment questions, which he couldn't answer, but he assured me this was not a stock and I could earn 20% on my investment. I told him I wasn't interested and he hung up. Red flags went up for me during the call, and I'm able to ask the right questions. We should all be wary of these calls, but I thought, what if this call had gone to the person who was willing to listen? Be careful with your thinking during emotional times.
That's going to do it for this week's show. Thanks for listening. If you have a question that you'd like us to address in a future episode, shoot us an email at info@washfinancial.com. If you enjoy our show, we'd love for you to subscribe on iTunes or wherever you access your podcasts. The opinions voiced in this program are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, financial or tax advisor prior to investing. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through Global Retirement Partners LLC, a registered investment advisor. Global Retirement Partners, Washington Financial Group, a division of Hub International Mid-Atlantic, and Hub International are not affiliated with LPL Financial.